Hey yo, who's the GOAT? We know it's the Chico Army, and welcome newbies. Join us by subscribing and dropping that title of Viewer of the Tube. My name's Tyler, and this channel sneaks up on you with the best crypto content, kind of like this. The greatest of all time, GOAT, it's time for Chico Crypto. So Polkadot, their ecosystem, it's been growing, and it's been growing more furious than any other, which can be seen as competing with Ethereum. And that's because Polkadot isn't competing. They're attempting to enhance quicker than ETH 2.0. And there's a significant amount of opportunity across the projects building on Polkadot or Kusama. But just like any blockchain that is open to build upon, there will be those looking to take advantage of hype and naive, ready to FOMO investors. So today I'd like to dive right back into one who's at the top of my list, and there is still big opportunity as they have big releases coming, and they are still on page 3 of CoinGecko. That is XOR Zora Network. So what could be coming from them? Well, Polkaswap is coming, the Uniswap for the Polkadot ecosystem and beyond. Beyond? What do I mean by that? Well, first let's see when it's coming. Polkaswap. From their roadmap, the testnet launch is coming this quarter, and they actually did it. They dropped it on Friday of last week. Polkaswap on the testnet. As we can see from the dev update, it was dropped on the Rocco testnet. But going back to the roadmap, the mainnet drops in Q1 of 2021, but also in Q1, the Ethereum bridge. So what is this? Well, going to another dev update for Polkaswap, they said this: we've successfully tested an interaction between Substrate and Ethereum nodes through off-chain workers as part of the implementation of the bridge to the Ethereum network, like Substrate off-chain workers. So what is Polkaswap exactly? Well, it will be a scalable cross-ecosystem swapper. You will be able to swap Kusama, Polkadot, and Ethereum-based assets through their Polkaswap interface. Although Polkaswap is really just the icing on the cake with XOR and the Zora network. Why? Well, for those of you who don't know, Zora network is from Soramitsu, and out of any blockchain project out there, they are the furthest along with a CBDC, a central bank digital currency, even further along than Ethereum. Soramitsu has also created Hyperledger Ihora, and going to this September Medium post about validator rewards within Polkaswap, they showed that Polkaswap would be powered by Hyperledger Ihora. So is Hyperledger Ihora already powering a CBDC? Yes, it has been, and for a good while now. The Hyperledger, the foundation, posted this video on their YouTube channel in April of this year. Let's listen in.
My name is Mikhail, and I am a maintainer and contributor to Hyperledger Iroha. Iroha has integrations with many Hyperledger projects, Barrow, Caliper, Explorer, Ursa, and we plan to extend this list with Cello, Kilt, and Sawtooth Consensus API. Let's look at the projects that are using Hyperledger Iroha. One of the most exciting of them is named Bekong. It is a project involving bank system of Cambodia, and it provides real-time gross payment settlement. There are thousands of users issuing transactions right now. Another project is called D3 Ledger, and it provides post-trade services. There is also a Know Your Customer solution in several companies in Indonesia. Another project named Sora will provide a worldwide decentralized economy.
So, do you get it? Thousands of live transactions were happening back then with Ihora and a central bank digital currency. They were the first to do it and the only to do it. And guess what? The World Economic Forum, in their CBDC Policymaker Toolkit, yes, a toolkit for constructing a CBDC, in the section Implementation Strategy, they reference the Ihora and National Bank of Cambodia CBDC pilot. and go live, saying they likely developed the first full-scale deployment of a quasi-form of a CBDC. Booyakasha! Now it's fully live, Bakong on Hyperledger eHora, with commercials going across the airwaves, hating on fiat and pushing their population to Bakong and the CBDC, thus on eHora, as seen here.
Bakong ផ្ញើលុយបានឆាប់រហ័សនិងមិនគិតថ្លៃសេវាឈប់ចាប់បទនាគារខុសគ្នាធនាគារណាក៏អាចផ្ញើបានដែរអត់ចាំលេខគណៈដៃផងហ្នឹងផ្ញើតាមលេខទូរស័ព្ទក៏បាន scan តាម QR code ក៏បានជាមួយ Bakong ផ្ញើលុយពេលណាក៏បានទីណាក៏បាន
So if all of Cambodia is going to be on Bakong and eHora, which is fully in motion right now, millions of transactions will be happening with eHora. But I want to relate how important this is to Polkadot and their ecosystem, as it's a two-way road. So eHora, it's in V1 right now, but it will be transitioning to a V2 architecture down the road. And from documentation on V2, within the applications layer, eHora will be designed with eHora substrate. Like substrate from Polkadot's Gavin Wood? Well, of course it is, because digging deeper into eHora documentation, specifically architecture decision logs, which was just posted in August of this year, substrate off-chain workers are specifically mentioned. Then going to substrate documentation, of course, there are off-chain workers used within the substrate runtime. Now, what else have I become bullish on? Something semi-new actually, and it comes from a DeFi tool I've been bullish on since last year when I made this video. Under the radar DeFi tool, tokensets. Yeah, tokensets, which automatically let you create investing strategies within tokens. And as we can see, a featured set and top performing set over the past week with a 45% gain was the DPI set, the DeFi Pulse Index. So this set is basically a tokenized index fund, which tracks and weights itself based on the top DeFi projects. And the fund is fully transparent on tokensets, including the holdings with the likes of Uniswap, Aave, Yearn, and more. And this token set has been pushing up feverishly as of late. It's on page 32, number 251, with a market cap of just over 22 million. But the DPI, it's just a token set. It's a basket of altcoins. It's not really from a token project per se. But as we can see from token set info, it's actually from DeFi Pulse. But really, it's a partnership between the two, DeFi Pulse and Set Protocol. A blog post was put out about the index's launch back in September, and this is what they had to say. Today, Set and DeFi Pulse are extremely excited to announce the launch of the DeFi Pulse Index set on tokensets. The DeFi Pulse Index DPI is built on Set Protocol's new V2 infrastructure. Indexes are the first major product addition to the protocol as part of the Set V2 rollout. With the launch of index sets, we've added support for a range of new tokens with more assets, such as additional stablecoins, liquidity provider LP tokens, and synthetics coming soon. So this isn't the only index that is coming, but a wide variety of index tokens, which will be deeply ingrained with the DeFi ecosystem. And since these indexes are just ERC20 tokens, they can be used with that DeFi ecosystem as well, as collateral or used in yield farming as a staking asset. So how will this all be powered and governed? How will the indexes be managed in a decentralized manner? Is tokensets or DeFi Pulse going to be launching their own governance tokens? Well, sort of, and they kind of already have. And the token is called none other than Index. And if you miss my live streams, I feel bad for you, son. There's 99 chat coins, but my picks ain't one. What do I mean? Well, over the past week and 2 live streams, I have covered it, found it early, before the hype, but let me tell you, there is still room to grow with this one, as with its recent movements, it's still under a $5 million market cap. So what is Index and how does it relate to the DPI? Well, going to their website, they explain it. The Index Coop creates and maintains the world's best crypto index products, which are always fully collateralized. And their first product, If you scroll down, it's the DPI, the DeFi Pulse Index on tokensets. So the index coup are the ones who created the DPI and currently maintain it, aka tokensets and DeFi Pulse, which is confirmed if you just read to the right. It's built with DeFi leaders, on-set protocols, battle-tested V2 infrastructure, and the product methodologies are sourced from experts like DeFi Pulse. So this could be considered a token from tokensets and DeFi Pulse. Not bad, two big old names in the industry. But what does it do? Well, in the middle it explains. Index Coup is a decentralized and autonomous asset manager governed, maintained, and upgraded by index token holders. So it's a governance and management token for the crypto industry's biggest index DeFi products with some big names behind it. Yeah, that interests me. But does the token only govern? Is there more to it? Well, yeah, like Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, there's a whole lot more. So Felix Fang, co-founder and CEO of the SET protocol, put out a tweet that said this: a lot of people are confused about what the index token is for. Here's a little bit of data of what it could mean for holders, with a retweet from the index coup that says the DeFi Pulse Index accrued streaming fees for the month of October, generating $12K that goes to the index coup treasury. What these DPI tokens are used for is up to the index token holders, with a transparent Etherscan link to that treasury. So the coup is collecting fees off of these top indexes. First the DPI, and then the others they create down the road. And all of those fees, they may end up being distributed to the token holders if they vote on something like that. Very nice. But all of that is known and out in the open. There is one thing that isn't as known that might be coming soon and would be a major boost for the DPI and thus index: collateral on MakerDAO. And in 2 days, they are discussing it, having DPI used as collateral with MakerDAO, November 18th. Where else are you going to find GOAT content like this? Cheers, I'll see you next time.